What's up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. Fah, fah. You already know what it is, man. So shout out to everybody in the building, man. Hope everybody's having a good evening, man. So let's go ahead and get to it, man. So looks like there won't be a purse bid, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a fight. So they say will be taking place in November. It's going to be on ESPN Plus PayPerView. Yeah, Shaun Porter versus Bud Crawford. Things are starting to look on the up and up for the fall season. So, let's talk about it. Because I think I want to be a little bit different. I want to ask the question, is this truly going to be the measuring stick for Bud Crawford? Because I don't see it that way. And I'm going to tell you why I don't see it that way. But shout out to everybody in the building. Hope everybody doing good, man. So, yeah, let's get to the business, man. Surge 510, what's goody, man? Yeah, it has been a hot minute, man. But we back, though. Dola might appreciate you with the super chat. What's goody, my bro? He says, Two Hands, talk that good shit like you always do. Oh, we're going to talk it. And we're going to talk about it, man. So, yeah, let's do the shit, man. And, yeah, I want to hear what y'all got to say about this fight, man. George, what's good, man? Glad you in the building, man. We about to get to it, man. Everybody's here. And I'm sure more gonna be making their way. We're gonna talk about it. Jeff, what's goody? Miguel, what's popping? Nathan Reynolds, what's goody? Boxing Gems, yo, what's popping with you? Lisa Bell, salute to the queen, though. Hey, man. I like it. I like it. For once, I don't have to do what I usually would do, which is probably go on a rant about the PBC, go on a rant about the ESPN top rank or whatever. No, I don't have to do that because they worked it out. Is it that hard? See how simple it is? See how simple it really is, regardless of whether it's you're probably trying to get an extension to get it done because you don't want a certain somebody else to get the fight, but you got it done. So that's the most important part. So hats off to the PBC, hats off to Bob Arum, hats off to Top Rank. Shaun Porter, rugged guy, he's a fan favorite for a lot of people. For me, I'm not going to say all that, but he's a fan favorite for a lot of people. So with that being said, the people are happy. This is the fight that's going to show everybody what Terrence Crawford can do, right? I'm not of that belief. And I think it is just absolutely freaking crazy that people think that this Shaun Porter fight at 147 is going to be the one thing that separates Terrence Crawford, his pound-for-pound status, who he is as a fighter, and anything else that has going on with him at 147 pounds right now. Is it better? You can say that. But is it that much different? I don't know, man. I don't know. I might be a little indifferent. What do y'all think? Because me personally, I think that people are still going to have the same shit that they usually have to say, and they're not going to give him credit. Deservingly so, yes. Win Tank going to make it through 1 through 12? Oh, he's going to do all of that. Is he going to come to fight? Absolutely. Is he scared? Nah, the boy ain't scared. But is he really, really, really the fighter that everybody's trying to make him out to be? That's where I'm just like, I don't see what other people see. Do I see Terrence Crawford getting dragged in the ringer through this fight? No, I don't. Do I see him getting pushed to this unexpected distance that we've never seen before, with Shaun Porter just out muscling him and having him on the back foot up against the ropes where he's fighting for his life, putting forth his best effort, when you really seeing him have to make a really conscious effort for it? I just don't know, because really, I just think you can't tell me that Terrence Crawford has not fought somebody who kind of measures up, or if not, measures up to more than what Shaun Porter really is. I think we can comfortably say that. I don't know why it gets just lost, because he's traveled up in weight. He's been knocking out everybody at 147. So to me, I just can't sit up here and say that this is going to be the best fight that you've seen out of Terrence Crawford. Is it? That's yet to be seen. But am I happy about it? Yes. But am I where everybody else kind of putting all of this shit? Like, he got so much shit on his back. All I've been here to let you guys know is, oh, you going to see. And contrary to popular belief, if what I believe isn't as popular as what everybody else might want it to be, fuck it. That really don't matter, because I've made believers out of people before. So I ain't going to be no stranger to it this time. But is it a good fight? Yeah, it's a good fight. Fan favorite. Buying tickets, absolutely, man. I'm trying to. If the world ain't as crazy as it's been crazy, and I don't have to do no force, whatever, you know what they do out here, I'm gonna be there. Oh hell yeah, I'll be there. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. What I see, the world doesn't have to see it that way. They don't have to see him going down in spectacular fashion the way I see it. Nah, they don't have to see that. They don't have to see the after effects of people sitting up there and say, well, Shaun Porter just might not be who people say he is. I mean, he's fought the Keith Thurmans, the Alexanders, you know what I'm saying, the Errol Spence of the world. Grueling fight, went 12, arguably either way. But Terrence Crawford ain't Shaun. Terrence Crawford ain't Errol Spence, and Errol Spence ain't Terrence Crawford. So there ain't gonna be no triangle theories. I'm just saying, if y'all so cool, I just see this guy being able to go out here and do all of the super fly shit that he does any other time he gets in the ring. And you just like, well, if you thought he might be really that fucking good, you might just have to really just go ahead and digest the fact that he's just really that fucking good. But this is what dictates all of that, correct? So I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. Because if this is what gets people to be quiet, which once again, I might not be of that popular belief that it does so, because I know how this shit works. But hey, if this is what's gonna do it, I'll wait for those results. And I'll be goddamn if I ain't gonna be sitting ready to say, I told you so. Because I just think it might be a little easy. But that's my opinion. Let me look at some of these comments. Salute, man. It's easier catching. It's easier catching the virus than two hands. You already know, man. Porter is the measuring stick, sort of say. So they say. They say he's the measuring stick, Miguel. So they say. So I'm going to go ahead and lean my hat on that. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to park and lay on that, because that's what everybody says. That's the bar. Shaun Porter's the bar. So they say. So I'm just going to kick my feet up, because if he's the bar, then if he goes out there and do what I already expect him to go ahead and do, then hey, I have nothing else to say, because I see it for what it really is. I don't. But we're gonna see. Yeah, man. He's a busybody. He's always working. You know, he's the hardest. He's the hardest working underachiever at 147. Am I saying something wrong? But if he's the measuring stick, fuck it. Hey, I'm cool. I'm cool. I just want to see it. I'm dying to see it. Y'all just don't understand. I've been dying to see this fight because this is the one that everybody, the LDBC, other individuals that just say whatever they got to say. Hey, this is the one. This is the make 'em or break 'em. Why ain't Bud Crawford fought this? Why ain't he fought Shaun Porter? Why ain't he did that? So look, we're gonna see it all, and I couldn't be any more excited. I think this is a great thing for boxing. And no, I'm not trolling. This is a great thing for boxing. But what you say you think it's going to be, I'm just saying, don't be surprised if it ain't that. Because I'm just saying, if I looked at what Victor Postal put Josh Taylor through, and if I looked at what Victor Postal put Jose Ramirez through, and Terrence Crawford fought the Victor Postal in his prime on pay-per-view, the one that was beating everybody ass, the one that nobody really wanted to fight. He kind of toyed with that man. Those boys kind of had issues with him. So I don't know if I would say to Shaun Porter, hey, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Who knows? Nah, not really. Not really, but this is the one. This is the big one. This is the determining factor for this defines Bud Crawford's career. And I'm just I just can't wait to see that his career is finally defined by a name such as Shaun Porter. You know, the greatest threat that 147 openly has to offer Terrence Crawford. This is the big one. This is the one that's really going to bring my man to where he needs to be. So why shouldn't I just be ecstatic? Because this is what that is, right? Bars raised. Is it Kenny? Is he going to struggle? Is it going to be Errol Spence Part 2 all over again? Y'all tell me. What y'all think? I don't know. The world seems to think so. Oh, I can't wait. This is going to be. I got Bud Crawford in like 7-8. I feel a little bad for Porter. See Felix Diaz fighters like that, 2 hands. Exactly, man. If you seen Felix Diaz versus Bud Crawford, you seen the fight already. I try to tell niggas this shit, Boxing God. Appreciate you with the super chat. I try to tell people this shit, but sometimes people get it confused. My bad, Joe. I stepped over one. Appreciate you, George, with the super sticker. Yeah, but some people seem to get it confused, though. They think that Shaun Porter was in some way like, you know, bringing something different than what we already saw Felix Diaz do, but I think it's the same style fight. I think it's the same style charge forward type energy, you know, get time very quickly. I think Terrence Crawford's power is unmeasurable in the sense where, I mean, shit. Does Terrence Crawford hit harder than Errol Spence? Maybe so. Does he hit harder than Danny Garcia? I'm pretty sure he does. Does he hit harder than Keith Thurman? I'm pretty sure that we can comfortably say that. And I mean, didn't Shaun Porter at some point take a knee, take a bow, have a seat on behalf of all 3 of those gentlemen? Or am I tripping? At some point. I'm just saying. At some point. At some point. So, and I would have to say that Terrence Crawford is way faster than Danny Garcia. You can't even mention Danny and speed just don't even go together. But hey, this is the one, man. Get ready. Get ready, Reaper Gang. This is the one. You know, like, I just find it funny, LeBron, because you know the whole world is going to be stunned that it's going to be done when it's the same movie. Like, styles make fights. And if nothing different is being done here, then we would have to say that quite possibly the same outcome. And I'm not going to sit up here and say that, you know, Shaun Porter is everything that Felix Diaz is, but Felix Diaz, that was an underrated win on Terrence Crawford's behalf. Felix Diaz isn't a bad fighter. That's not anything for Shaun Porter, but what people have always had a problem with identifying with when it comes to Shaun Porter, that you might necessarily give these other guys a pass at the PBC by what you identify with them as a fighter and their talent and how you might want to see them because that's in front of you right now. Well, I don't look at it that way. I've never, like, you can call those guys great fighters or whatever the case may be, but if they great, then this motherfucker should shock you a whole lot more. It ain't hard to see why motherfuckers would rate Terrence differently than he rates those other guys. You can see when shit is different. All I'm saying is we've seen as far as Shaun Porter can possibly go. And all I'm saying is, and this is in no disrespect to him, and I could go there, but in no disrespect to him, Terrence can go a lot farther. He's gone a lot farther talent-wise than what we've seen from Terrence and his previous fights at 147, 140. It doesn't matter which one you want to pick. We've seen significant improvements, and Shaun Porter would not even be able to duplicate half of those things or say he's proficient at half of those things. So why am I going to sit up here and act like he's bringing something that's going to catch this kid so off guard to where he's going to have such a problem like that? Yo, anybody can go in there and motherfucking third forward like a linebacker and shit like that. It don't mean you going to give him hell. But if it give them other dudes hell, maybe you need to start looking at how you position them dudes over there. Because I never thought it was anything special about Danny Garcia anyway. All that motherfucker ever did was run around slowly beating on senior citizens with his left hand. Mind you, greats just in their twilight era. But all I'm saying is that's all Danny Garcia was good for. But I mean, if y'all want to clap it up for the Matisse when y'all go ahead and give it to him. I mean, do y'all think Devon Alexander is the greatest thing since sliced bread? I'm not going to disrespect blood on that level. If that's where y'all see him, mutually I respect it. I don't know if, you know what I'm saying, y'all breathing in chemtrails in the morning in your neighborhood or what, but hey, my air, I must be breathing some different shit. We come to different conclusions in the worlds we living in. But hey, all I'm saying is no disrespect to that or whatever. I just call it what it is. Athletically superior. I feel like he hits a lot harder. I just think that his move, I think he got a lot more to offer as who switch hitting, bust your head. I mean, look, man. He got hella dog in him. I don't think is Shaun Porter really mean? Is he really nasty? Is he? Because, I mean, I don't know, man. The nature of the dog is a little different to me. Don't be surprised. Two ends, you think Crawford can pull a knockout? Oh, he's going to knock him out. Yo, look, man. Look, you hear it? You heard it. Oh, he's going to knock him out. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Terrence Crawford is going to knock Shaun Porter out. Don't be surprised. If there was something that the other guys didn't do, I'm here to promise you that he is going to knock him out. And once again, I'm just saying, it is what it is, man. I'm just not sold. I'm just not sold that this dude is going to bring, hey, fuck it. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to kill nobody's hopes and dreams that this is going to be a long night of just a dragged out war. Hey, man, heart is great, man. All that shit is cool. You got it. But that motherfucker got a whole lot of shit over there. Like arsenals. When I promise you, if you ever question, because you might have heard from other pundits that, you know, Terrence Crawford, you know what I'm saying, you might want to look at him a certain way. It is up for debate how good Terrence Crawford really is. It is up for debate, you know, his pound for pound status. It is up for debate, you know, where people really want to position him and his pound for pound. Look, I'm here to tell you, don't be surprised. Because I promise you, that's the one thing in all of the fucked up positioning that goes on the pound for pound list that you don't have to question is if he really does put that pain in, if he really is something that separates himself from how y'all look at them other dudes. If you thought them other dudes were special, all right, I have no hate on that. I ain't hating on that. I'm just saying, I just think that your man about to get rolled over in a certain kind of way that it's going to make people open their eyes up in a different way. So that's why I'm so glad for the pay-per-view, because if he gets rolled over in the way that I really feel as though he does, because look, here's the deal. I'm not saying this stuff because I'm just wanting to come at Shaun Porter like, yo, I'm just not giving this dude a chance because I just don't like the cat. No, this is just what it is. If I was to sit up here and be watching a football game and I thought that they was going to blow him out 30 plus or whatever, that's how I feel. But this is what it is. He's going to get rolled over. So this is the type of example that has to be made out of somebody just so the whole world is going to be able to see it and get put on notice. If that's what you believe it is, hey, you won't be disappointed. I won't be disappointed, I should say. I won't be disappointed. Find able to find a roof or get started on it to come out pocket. Oh, talking about the crib. Twins, let's say if it was up to you, what's the undercard looking like? Fuck it. Go ahead and put Edgar Berlanga. Let me see here. If I was to do the undercard of this fight. Now, depends on how they spend. It depends on how they spending the money. Now, if it comes down to just who I could just throw out there, let me try to just mix it up a little bit. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I'm praying we get to see Haney versus T.O. fight as well. I'm betting my mortgage on Haney. I don't think that fight is going to happen. And if it does happen, it'll be a fight that happens at 140. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that fight, I realistically don't see that fight happening. If there ever was a fight that really I thought would be one of the easier fights to make, I figured it would have been that fight. Like, just simply because of the money that could have been given at that time, or I don't see what I don't see what the holdup is. But now it's almost inevitable. Both of them boys will have to see each other about 140 pounds. And with T.O. already signing deeper in the top rank, shit, who's to say he don't go up there and fight Josh Taylor, which I would see. I don't see him winning that, but hey, man, only time will tell. Yeah, Xander Zayas is good, young. Shit, he still ain't even 18, I don't think. Tall kid, nice stiff jab, good knockout power, still learning on the job, raw. Good pop, though. Once he fill out, he gonna be a problem. But I mean, shit, man. Put Johnny Beck and Andre. Put Johnny Beck and Andre on the motherfucking on the undercard. Fuck it, why not? If we could get Johnny Beck and Andre on the co-main, 2 names, not big, wouldn't be no pay-per-view, realistically, could possibly get the money together, hardcore boxing fans would know it. If they could try to throw that in there somehow, get a WBO matchup. I mean, shit, what is Johnny Beck? He like number 3 on the WBO right now. So shit, if you could get Johnny Beck and Demetrius Andre on the co-main, oh man, I think that would be Bud Crawford, Shaun Porter, have Johnny Beck and Andre on the co-main. That'd be solid. Shit, it's been a salute. Mikey dug the reeds of smoke for somebody in Spain. What the fuck is going on in our sport? I got Andre. Yeah, man. I like Andre, man. I would like to that would be a tough ass fight though, for real, man. I'm not even gonna hold you, man. I like Andre, but I'm not gonna act like Johnny Beck can't knock him out in that fight. Like, damn, that's a tough fight. That's a tough fight. Cause that guy's he's got relentless pressure and power too, man. Like, and he moving with a different type of confidence right now, you know. But who knows though? I think Andre just a little too his IQ, underestimated power, unorthodox footwork. I think that he presents a lot of problems for him with awkward angles, man. And I just think Andre's uppercut's a little bit more devastating than people give him credit for, man. But that would be a murderous fight though, for real. You can definitely put me down for that shit. But considering they paying Shaun Porter $4 million, Bud getting $6 million, how hard are they gonna go for this undercard, man? I mean, I don't know. I don't think Top Rank ain't really been sensationalizing no great undercards, man. Or maybe am I tripping? Toby Barler, salute. He's slowly coming down in weight. Mikey. Look, man, look. Mikey just went up there and just wasted a whole bunch of time. And like, I don't know, maybe he just wanted to go through just a point where he just really didn't want to bust his ass and make him wait for a little bit. What y'all think, man? Because it didn't make any sense for Mikey Garcia to even play with his resume, play with his stardom or whatever, even though understandably so, going up there fighting Errol, you got to look at it like, well, you know, you look at it like, okay, he's fighting a guy that big, you know what I'm saying? It's a win-win situation. You know, your fans are going to get credit for having heart and going out there and fighting somebody like that. But realistically, man, you got Lomachenko down there. Like, what sense did it make for you to go up to 147 pounds? Now, I understand Lomachenko wouldn't, I don't know if it would have been as big as a fight as Errol Spence. And I'm not going to say that it would have. But going up to 147, bro, like, were you just not trying to, like, cut no weight or what? Because that was just off-putting weight for Mikey Garcia. It makes no sense for him to be up there at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm watching you fight fucking Jesse Vargas, bro. And I'm like, y'all, I mean, you putting him down and shit like that, but I'm just like, it's just a real awkward, like, it's just a real awkward changing of events. Like, I'm just like, this is what we came up here for. But if you're getting paid $7 million, I wouldn't turn it down either for easy shit like that. Top rank in the PBC can come up with a great card if they're not scared to, but we know they protect their fighter like a motherfucker. For real, it's just like, I kind of think that maybe, you know what I'm saying, Terrence Crawford already had like a $4 or $5 million bottom line in his contract anyway, so he's getting pay-per-view upside, and what are they paying him? 6? It's like a 60-40 split, so he's getting 6. Shaun's getting 4 with a little bit of pay-per-view upside. But the thing is this, I'm just like, it's a great fight. It's a great fight. And I think Bud Crawford got a lot more draw than people give him credit for. I think he's a lot more. I think people might know Bud Crawford a little bit more than the world would like to give him credit for. But is this the type of fight to where you can guarantee that they're going to make that type of money back on pay-per-view? That they're going to secure that? And you know what I'm saying? Like, the live gate should be great. I mean, if it's put in Vegas, the gate should be great. Because, I mean, Vegas itself, like, Fight City, celebrities, you got the people that's going to pay for that, but I don't know how big of a fight that really is, man. Like, is it really a big fight? Do y'all think it's really a big fight like that? I'm paying for it, no question. But I'm even at, I really don't know if it's even a big fight like that. I don't know if it's, I mean, I think it'll do, I got faith it'll do 300 easy. I definitely have faith it'll do 300 plus easy. I got faith that it'll do better than Errol Smith, Shaun Porter. What y'all think? That would be like, I think if it does 300,000 pay-per-views, I think that would be a successful night if I base that off of what people, the success that was given for the Errol Spence, Shaun Porter pay-per-view. If that fight, and this is without the Jerry Jones push, you know what I'm saying? This is without the Cowboys push, the DeMarcus Lawrence show up, the Dak Prescott show out, the Cowboys Jazz, you know, big up on the Megatrons, biggest Megatrons in the world, sat in the center of the Cowboy Stadium, Cowboys cheerleaders. Nah, this isn't with all of that extra dog and pony show shit thrown on it. So if it does 300 comfortably, and I can say that, yeah, it does those type of numbers, I would have to say that it would be a success in my eyes. I mean, shit. What did Errol and Shaun do? They roughly did what? They did, I believe, and it was a stretch to say that it did what? 3 1/4, 375. If you want to be nice, I don't know. There's no question. Anybody who is a boxing fan should be paying for this fight. Anyone and everyone who is a boxing fan. If you like boxing, you should be paying for this fight. The only thing is, don't come to me for the type of prediction that's going to get you like all riled up, like you're going to get to see this long drawn out war. Because you're not going to get that. What I'm saying is, I'm just not giving you that shit. But is it a fight worth buying? Absolutely. And, you know, for once, it kills up all of it. It kills that toxic ass bullshit that is this side of the street, that side of the street. For once, you put your pride to the side and you just got it done. And that's the most important part over everything, that you got it done. So, because honestly, I feel like any other way, they probably would have pulled Shaun from the fight. No cap. and motherfuckers would have definitely made it look like it was the right thing for him to do. You know who those group of people are. But the fact that they got it done, shout out to those gentlemen, because it should be that easy. It's not that hard. I hope that it does reach a certain level of success, because this type of fight this is the type of fight that is deserving of it. And if it generates a certain level of success, then it just would show that, look, man, you can't keep putting on these fucking little weak ass, like bum ass, just bullshit, recycled, fluff or another bullshit ass boxing matches that nobody wants to see. No fan interest. Nobody asked for it. This genuinely has had fan interest since, I would say, 2019. Since the start of the unnecessary deflections. But it has the fan interest. So genuinely knowing that this is something that the fans want, I couldn't ask for something better, because considering that we have Shakur Stevenson versus Jamel Herring, the way that's heating up, and we have Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk being arguably the biggest fight of the year, shit, it's shaping out to be a good fall. And if that's the case, even if we get skitty, and he just running around just completely out of character right now, if we get Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, fuck it, man. It's better than what we were dealing with. I don't got a problem with it at all. So everybody comfy with around like, yeah, man, I'm comfy with a solid 300K. If it does 350, I wouldn't be surprised if it did 400. I think there's a certain cry for a certain audience of boxing fans that were looking forward to open for the matchmaking to differentiate and open up and have a much more broadened spectrum of better talent matching up with better talent. And this is what that is. This isn't that like, okay, the fence is up, we know what's going on over here, nobody cares to see this shit has been recycled, reused over and over and over again. We've been wanting to see one of those guys be able, all of the talent, because let's be quite frank, it is too much talent at 147 pounds. And we have been dying to see all of this talent that 147 pounds has to offer, be able to mix it up with the one person, the one guy at 147 pounds that you guys don't have, to where you don't get complete monopoly and you don't get to be completely narcissistic about what your status is at 147 because this guy exists out of the bounds of whatever y'all bullshit is or what you think your outfit is. And of course, hey, you're supposed to smell your promotional outfit. You should have that right. But what I'm saying is this fight gives you the ability to look outside of that and say, okay, for once, we get to put them all together and we get to visualize the ones over here, and this is out of their best crop, finally mixing up with the only other piece of that missing puzzle and where they shape up. No questions need to be, all questions will be answered as far as that concerned. So where do you start to raise your ceiling when it comes to the Bud Crawford conversation and whoever else is supposed to be the toughest guy at 147, and how much do you demand that fight? And another thing, all excuses get killed at that point. There is no more, okay, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence can't make this fight happen. Manny Pacquiao, 42, He should be somewhere off riding into the sunset. Unfortunately, that happened there. But this shit is making a lot more sense to a better pattern for questions that definitive questions that need to be answered in the 147-pound division in the boxing world. No excuses can be made for a lot of reasons here. And no excuses for the reason why you can't fight fucking One-Eye Opie over there until he get his shit together. Hopefully he get his shit together. I just don't think he want it no more. People saying he already been retarded ever since he lost to the windshield. They saying he been retarded. So with that being said is, hey, if he out, he out. But if this dude stomped this dude out and he's supposed to be still in, there ain't no reason why we can't make this shit happen now, right or wrong. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, man, I think that boxing, if Fox, PBC, ESPN, they smart, they gonna put their dough up. I mean, ESPN already has the machine to where they could, model this out to more people, to get this out to more people in the world. That's why it's on ESPN pay-per-view, I think, right now, because it makes more sense, because you can market it to more eyes. And right now, the NFL football season is going on. All they got to do is continuously run the advertisement in between those streaming the NFL games on NFL got Sunday night. I mean, ESPN got Sunday night, all types of shit. So all between their highlights, First Take in the morning. I mean, whatever the fuck. I still believe, it's called First Take and shit with Stephen A. Smith and all that. So they can run hella ads. ESPN is a machine, number one biggest sports machine in the world. Take advantage of it. Use all of it. It ain't hard, but this is some good shit. Make sure that these gentlemen, and I mean, honestly, boxing should benefit from this, man. Ultimately, boxing benefits from this over all things. We bitch a lot about all of the sucker shit they do. And a lot of these dudes only fighting once a year. Well, Terrence Crawford and Shaun, two individuals that ain't never hesitated to give people the good fight. So they going out of their way and somewhat to restore some type of fucking sanity to what boxing is, to what, to what's supposed to be competitive nature, competition amongst mano a mano. So, hey, man, this shit is great. I'm happy for it. I'm content with it. And hopefully, like I said, there ain't no excuses after this shit, man. You can't use the excuse no more. And another thing, Bud Crawford comes out of his deal. Not only does he cash out at $6 million from this fight with the pay-per-view upside, November, the top rank deal is up, and he's not re-signing. So shit is really about to get different after November. It's really about to get different. I wonder how this shit goes. What if Al and them try to approach Bud with a big bag, considering you got fucking you got Popeye over there, you know what I'm saying? Big teeth, one eye. He on the bench right now. The 147 stable once again is looking recycle, reuse. It needs some life breathed in it. What if they try to throw Bud a bag? I hope to God on everything I love, that nigga's not crazy enough to sign with Premier Boxing Champion. I hope he does his own thing and goes his own. But hey, man, who am I to say what another man do with his life? All I'm saying is, no more excuses. No one cares about Fury Wilder. Plus, you have Fury talking dumb shit about AJ and stuff. Look, that's the only, Rodnell, you got to understand. That's the only way them boys know how to sell a fight. That's it. That's the only way they know how to sell a fight. When Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury have a fight coming up, I've never, ever seen those two use one another to benefit in some way, in shape, and form by using the cameras for live promotion. No, it's always been harping and crying about everything Anthony Joshua has going on, trying to kill the magnitude of whatever his fight is, trying to steal limelight from it, or inserting himself in some verbal way by trying to say that, oh, he planned on fighting Anthony Joshua, Dillian White in this fashion, in this order. Well, I believe last year you said that you were going to fight Dillian White because he was going to be facing 1,000 days. But right after that, contrary to belief, Tyson Fury says that if he has to fight Dillian White, if that's mandatory, he doesn't fall slave to no mandatory, he'll throw his belt in the trash. So what is it? You can't believe anything Tyson Fury says out of his mouth. Number one, this guy has never defended a belt for the entirety of his boxing career. But he has definitely got fat. He's definitely chose cocaine. And one thing I can truly say about Tyson Fury right now is he is back to drinking. Yes, we have seen Tyson with the Heineken sweating while he's clutching it in the palm and the wrist. So all I'm saying is, who's to say this guy isn't mentally falling apart? His dad don't know what's going on with him. Putting this fight together on the 11th hour. His father wanted the Anthony Joshua fight. He didn't want any parts of this crap. So with all of that stuff being said is, who knows if this dude ain't off his rocker right now? I would have to say clearly Tyson Fury has been off his rocker. This is the gentleman who uppercuts himself in the face. This is the guy who calls himself the lineal champion. And even though he's been cocaine and nandrolone gone, I mean, look, man. Retired. Come back to the game, fight 3 spare tires, tomato cans, whatever you want to call them, and now says that, you know, he's the gypsy queef. He is the lineal champion. He is happens to be the WBC Ring Magazine champion by fighting Deontay Wilder, while Anthony Joshua and Andy Ruiz had already engaged in what was supposed to be, I do believe, the unified heavyweight championship of the world. They had multiple belts on the line, but we're just going to give it to that dude. Just give everything to that dude because we know he's never worked anything but his motherfucking mouth, twerked his ass, or exercised his tongue to kiss another man at a press conference in his entire fucking existence. And that is the story of Tyson Fury. While he's floating like a butterfly, flicking niggas with his tongue all up in their mouth and shit with his nasty fruity booty ass. And why is this nigga the only nigga that always likes coming out the house with a tank top with fucking board short spandex on? Like that shit, like he always at the weigh-in like that. This shit is weird, B. All I'm saying is, this is how they advertise, man. So we shouldn't be surprised because fruity booty bitches is going to do what fruity booty bitches is going to do. I expect nothing less from them. This is how you get down. And they can't live without having AJ's nuts swinging and teabagging all in the back of their fucking throats for clout. Every fight Deontay Wilder's ever been in, if you think about it in recent history, Anthony Joshua's names come up. Tyson Fury, all of his fights that has to do with Deontay Wilder don't have to do with Deontay Wilder, or the ones where he's cradling men in press conferences. He's even had to use Anthony Joshua's name. And unfortunately so, it's happened to work out for him. All I'm saying is, for all of the people who have visualized this shit for year after year after year, and you know this type of weird, fruity booty, nasty ass, backdoor booty bandit type shit is going on amongst these weird ass niggas who never fought a soul in their goddamn life or defended a belt in their goddamn life. How do you still defend them? But Twinkle Toes is a great fighter though. Who the fuck has he fought in recent history? When the fuck is he going to fight him? When is he going to do something other than, you know what I'm saying, drag out this Deontay Wilder fiasco? I don't know who's dragging it out. At this point, I feel like both of them fucking need each other. At this point, they should have like some real like 1980s action movie type shit going on where they have like 5 to 6 parts to their fucking saga and just leave the rest of the world alone while they don't even have to deal with the bullshit. But hey, that's me. That's my feelings. I guess everybody, you know, some motherfuckers love Tyson Fury and all of their antics. I say, you know, in taste, sometimes the shit is okay, but most of the time the shit gets a little left or a lot left. You can YouTube it. I'm sure you guys have seen it. Just saying. Not one. He ain't defended one title the entirety of his fucking existence as a heavyweight champion, man. Like I said, it became Coke and Twinkies. Then it comes back. Now it's just, I don't know what to say about that dude. I've tried with that dude. I paid, giving that dude mad respect, made videos about this dude in a positive light and all of that stuff. But every time you do some shit like that, he does some more shit to make you question. It's like, yo, I don't even know if I should even be like following no dude like this for real, man. He ain't really like, that ain't my type of vibe right there when it comes to the boxing world. I'm sorry. I don't know if I should be investing my time, my viewership into a weird motherfucker like this. Now, when he fights, I'll watch him. Won't take nothing away from him. He is a freak of nature kind of athlete, but he's a weird one. And the boy got a lot of cap with him. He's a fucking cap burglar. We know this motherfucker is consistently put his foot in his mouth time and time again. It's like that, and that's where I get crossed up. I really can't identify with that type of flip-flopping ass shit. It's just like, come on, man. But this is the heavyweight champion. This is the one we're supposed to be, like, this is the one y'all rooting for. I couldn't want no motherfucker like that to win, man. It's like, look at Anthony Joshua, how he moved. Look at how Deontay Wilder moved. And look at how Tyson Fury moved. And then you really ask yourself as a man, like, which one of these dudes you really would rock with more as a heavyweight champion? Fuck all the bias and shit like that. But if you looked at how they moved and shit like that, which one would you gravitate to more? I understand sweet science and all that identify, but then just standing in solidarity when it just comes to what you've tried to do, consistency and trying to make fights with all of these individuals, shit being held up, seeing things that been held up time and time again on their side, messy shit that they've tried to get niggas involved in when it's always been on their behalf. Who would you really rock with, man? Come on, man. Need I say more? Need I say more? That's just a fact, man. This shit just exhausting, just going on way too long. But look, man, that's all I got this evening, man. We're gonna tap back in Super Nipple Sunday. I'm sure there's gonna be more in there that's coming out with this Shaun Porter thing and all of that stuff, man. But hey, man, like I said, boxing wins. You guys win. I win. We win. We get to share in this victory together. We got Terrence Crawford versus Shaun Porter coming up on in November. They haven't really set a date yet, but I mean, we do know it's ESPN PayPerView, ESPN Plus. So I mean, that's something that we can look forward to. By the way, we do have Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk coming up on September 25th. So maybe we could tap in for that one. Maybe I might go live for that one or something like that, and we just weigh in and of course before we would tap in on that and talk about what's coming up and the things going to take place and who y'all got and all of that good shit. I mean, it is the best fight of the fucking year. And I mean, it is a great fucking fight. So salute to great fights. Salute to great boxing. Salute to great contractual outcomes to where it's like, yo, nobody's got their head up their ass. Nobody's trying to be greedy here. There's enough money for everybody. But more importantly, there's even better viewership for the fans if we can just make this shit happen. So that's just the most important part. Outside of the money, outside of all the other shit, this is show business. So finally, we're getting the show that we want to see, and we getting the action that we want, and we get some definitive questions answered at 147. And if you've ever had a question about Bud Crawford, and he is a real deal, and everybody's put this hurdle that is Shaun Porter in his way, if he's the one who has to get sacrificed, well, so be it. As we always say at the end of this shit, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. Salute to the whole Reaper gang. I appreciate everybody for coming through and stopping in with me this evening, man. Hey, man. Till next time. Fah Fah. You already know what it is. Salute.